Listen, God will create light where there's darkness. See, I understand you might feel defeated. I understand you might have a whole bunch of uncertainty. You have a lot of questions. Questions that, God, why did you leave me? God, why did you allow me to go through that heartbreak? God, why did you allow those people to misuse me the way they did? God, why did you allow there to be a death in my family? But what you got to understand is, even though we have a lot of questions that we question God with, what we have to know is that God knows what he allows and how it's going to impact us. See, when God is in the business of taking you to newer places, he first plants the seed of curiosity. Curiosity to ask the questions, the right questions, the wrong questions, any question. Because anything that you tell him builds a connection. See, when you tell God, God, why did you allow this? When you tell God, why did you doing this? God uses what you're going through. He allows these things to happen to you because he knows the response that he wants to get from you. And what he does is, he first allows you to start to question him. And then what you have to understand is, you get to the point where when you go from questioning, you're not getting answers. That questions that has a whole bunch of unfulfilled answers becomes a form of vulnerability. And in your darkest moments, God will send an angel, whether he talks to you, whether he shows you, to appear to you. Because what you got to understand is, God never left you alone. He knew that by allowing that betrayal, he knew by allowing that heartbreak, he knew by allowing that death to a close family member that you always depended on, he knew that by allowing these things, it will break your codependency on things that were not of him. See, what you got to understand is, God is in the business of making you prosper with him. He doesn't want anybody to take the glory, the things that he wants in your life. So what God does is, he allows those things to draw closer to him. All to show us all along that if it wasn't for that toxic ex, if it wasn't for that job mistreating you, if it wasn't for you being bullied or anything, you wouldn't have understood how you was going to build a connection with God. God allows all these things to happen to us, to happen for us, so that we could show and we could see how far we came. And when God levels you up and you have that connection with him, he takes you back to show you there was only attacking your power. Listen, God says in the Lamentations 3, verse 22 to 24, it says, it is the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassion fail not. Verse 23, they are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. Verse 24, the Lord is my portion, saith my soul, therefore I will hope in him. Listen, God is in the business of restoring you for everything that you once doubted, and he's taking you to new levels. Trust him. He's waiting on you.